Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Future Stars on Hidayat TV. Today we are continuing with our Prophet series where we are, last week we did part 1, Prophet Musa part 1. Today we are continuing with Prophet Musa part 2. To continue, I'd like to introduce my guests.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Misbah.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Mohsin.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hussain.
Thank you. Okay, before we recap about what happened last week, before we do that, Misbah is going to read a surah and Mohsin has the translation like we do every single week. So can we start Misbah off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjuhum.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahus samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Sadaqallahul aliyyil azim.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, say He is Allah, who is one. Allah, the Eternal Refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is to Him any equivalent. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjuhum. Thank you, Mohsin and Misbah. Okay, and remember, if when you ever read the Quran, you should read the translation too, so you get it. Okay, can we have a salawat in honor of our holy Prophet, peace be upon him? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjuhum. Can we have a second salawat in honor of our holy first Imam, Imam Ali alayhi salam? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjuhum. And our third with our loudest voice is in honor of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib al-Asri was Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjuhum. Okay, so well, 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, what happened? What were we talking about?
We were talking about Prophet Musa.
Yeah, and that was part 1 of 2 parts, wasn't it? And today is the second part. Okay, so what happened so far? Let's start from the beginning. Like, who was the ruler at the time?
Firwan.
Pharaoh, yeah. Pharaoh was the leader at the time, and he was very bad, wasn't he? He was very unfair, and he was a bad person. And what happened then? What happened?
Royal astrologer thought that they were going to be a boy born of the Israelites thing, and he was going to take over him.
Yeah, there was a boy gonna be born. The astrologer predicted that a boy was gonna be born. Yeah, by the Bani Israel, and he was gonna like take over his kingdom, and he didn't like what he was, and that boy wouldn't like what he was doing, so he would take over his kingdom. Okay, and Pharaoh, did he want this?
No, so he got all of his men to every single boy that was born to be killed, right? But Prophet Musa, like, he didn't get killed.
Yeah, and what happened? His mom was pregnant. How did they kill him?
Because Prophet Musa's mom put him in a waterproof basket and placed him on the River Nile.
Yeah. So first of all, she had his birth in secret. Yes, she had his birth in secret, so no one would know. And then when he had when she gave birth to him, what she did, she made a basket, yeah, and she put him on on
the waterproof basket and put him on the river.
Yeah, and put him on the river. Okay, so. Like we talked last week as well, like when we have a baby and we put them in like a cot or something like that, or something, what's it called? Like
Moses' basket.
Yeah, Moses' basket, and it was actually named because Musa in like English is Moses, isn't it? Yeah. And so that's why they call it Moses' basket. Have you ever heard of that? I said it last week, didn't I? Yeah. And so put her on this, put the baby on this river, and the basket followed the stream, and then this stream went inside what?
The castle, his palace.
His palace. And Mohsin, what happened then?
And then Pharaoh's wife found the basket with Moses inside, and then she took him inside the palace, and she begged for Pharaoh to let him keep it, and finally Pharaoh gave up and let her keep it.
Keep him, so the baby, the stream went through the palace, and the Prophet Musa alayhi salam was going through the basket was taking him with the stream, and so when he was going through the stream in the palace, Pharaoh's wife she picked up the basket, saw the baby, and wanted to keep the baby. So she asked her husband Pharaoh, and Pharaoh did love her, and he didn't want to like lose her or anything like that. So he actually let her keep the baby. Hussein?
Then when he let her keep it, he needed to be fed, but
all the maids that were
they tried to feed the baby, but it wasn't working.
And Prophet Musa's sister found this out. So she went to his mom and told her. So his mom went in the palace, and she got sort of hired to do this job to feed Prophet Musa alayhi salam. And also another story that we talked about was Pharaoh got suspicious when what happened?
When he wanted to pick up the baby, so when he picked him up, the baby
because ever you see like in old like Egyptian style, they have like a beard down here, don't they? Yeah. And then the baby pulled the beard so hard and slapped him across the face. Yeah, that's what happened. And thinking, no baby can do that because that really hurt. If a baby would have slapped someone on the face, it wouldn't hurt, would it? Would it hurt that much, would it? No. But that slap really felt like it was like an actual real slap, like a man would have done it, a strong person would have done it.
Full on.
Yeah, full on slap. It was a full on slap. Yeah. So when Prophet Musa slapped him, he got suspicious of saying, okay, let's do a test. So he got this table,
burning coals on.
Yeah, but a coal on one plate and then diamonds on the other. And he would say, if the baby was a real proper. If it was a miracle baby or anything like that, he would go for the coal because it's more brighter, because it's burning and it's got like this brightness to it. And if it was actually it was an intelligent baby, then he would go for the diamonds because he would know that the coal will burn him. So Prophet Musa was about to pick up the diamonds, but Angel Jibreel came to him and said, do not pick up the diamonds because they're going to think that you're not they're going to think that they're going to be suspicious of you and they might kill you, so pick up the coal. And to show him that he was a real baby, he picked up the coal and it did burn his hand as well, and he placed it in his mouth as well.
And it burned a bit of
it burned a bit of his tongue, and it burned his hand. And at the end, when we talk about this hand, turned out to be a miracle, wasn't it? The one that got burnt, didn't it? Yeah. And why did Musa need help as well? Remember?
Because his brother was such a great speaker and he couldn't pronounce words properly because of that burnt tongue. So he used to take his brother to do the speeches and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why. And his brother was also a prophet, wasn't he, as well? Yeah. Okay, so at the end, we're coming towards the end of what we were talking about last week. So so he he showed Pharaoh a miracle, and he said, "Oh, it's just magic," didn't he?
Yeah, and he decided to contest with his magicians.
Yeah, he did it. Pharaoh brought his magicians and started to the contest. And that was the end of last week's topic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this week we're gonna learn more about that and about some interesting stuff that's happened. And I'm gonna read some translation of the Quran as well when we come up to that bit, and it's really interesting as well. Okay, Hussein's got the first thing, so could we start saying off with the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum.
When all of Pharaoh's magicians had been caught, they threw down their own staffs. These turned into little snakes, but when Prophet Musa threw down his staff, it turned into a much larger snake that ate all the others one up. Seeing this, the magicians knew that what Prophet Musa had done was not magic but a real miracle. They turned to Prophet Musa accepting belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and commended Pharaoh for misguiding them. Pharaoh got very angry, and as a result, he made life for the Israelites more difficult. He did not listen to Prophet Musa or to Prophet Harun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Prophet Musa to take his followers and move away from the city. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then sent a huge storm on Pharaoh and his people, leaving them homeless. Pharaoh promised Prophet Musa that if the storm would stop, he would free the Israelites. However, when the storm did stop, Pharaoh did not stick to his promise. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjahum. Thank you, Hussein. So now the Pharaoh's called his magicians, and they've had like a thing. But actually, when the magicians have thrown their sticks down there, like a small stick, have you ever seen it, like not in real life, or if you have in real life, or like a picture, have you seen a small stick? Yeah, and they're quite small, like around like this big. They could fit on the table, quite smaller than a table as well, don't you think? Yeah. Yeah. And when they've actually done this, don't you like? Even though they've actually put up the stake, and we know it's not a miracle from God, it's a bit strange, isn't it? Like, who do you think might have helped them make those snakes? Yeah, the shaitans. Don't you think they've helped them? Because no person, as Hussein just said, no person could actually just throw down a stuff, say abracadabra, and then it will turn into a little snake. Don't you think? No one could do that. I could do that right now. I could put my phone on the floor, say abracadabra. It won't turn into a snake, would it? No. But these people would have had help from shaitan. The shaitans, don't you think, to do this? So they've had help from shaitan. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the best power than shaitan. He has the best power in the whole world. So when Prophet Musa put his staff on the floor, it turned into a massive snake which ate all of these snakes up. And then what happened, because he was being Prophet Musa's people and the Israelites, Pharaoh was putting pressure on them and being unjust to them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them to go out of the city. So they went out of the city, Prophet Musa and his followers, they went out of the city, and a storm hit the city and made them all homeless. And that storm was carrying on, and it would have killed a few people, wouldn't it, as well? Yeah. And Pharaoh said to Prophet Musa that if Prophet Musa told Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to stop it, then he will free all the followers of Prophet Musa. Yeah. So Prophet Musa believed so then he told Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala this, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped the flood. He knew that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that it's going to happen, but to like show the people, he stopped the storm, didn't he? He stopped the storm, and then what happened?
He still did not listen. He never gave
he never stuck to his promise, did he? He didn't stick to his promise. No. Okay, Miss has got the next thing, so could we start Miss off with the loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned Pharaoh and his followers in many different ways in the form of plagues. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a storm of locusts that ate all the Egyptian food. He sent frogs and lice. He sent worms that entered people's nostrils. He converted the river Nile into blood so there was no water. Each time Pharaoh promised Prophet Musa alayhi salam that if the plagues would stop, he would release all the Israelites. But each time the plague stopped, Pharaoh went against his promise. At last, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Prophet Musa to take all the Israelites and leave Egypt during the night. Prophet Musa did so, but by the next morning Pharaoh found out about Prophet Musa's departure and gathered a huge army to go after him. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Okay, so now what's happened? So now what's happened is that this, Hussein, if you want to say.
Basically, Allah, because he wasn't listening, or like he never gave these people over, he never handed them over, so Allah kept sending down these punishments, turned the river Nile into blood, sent down locusts, sent down all these worms, evil stuff basically, right, and tried to make him hand it over. Every time he did so, Pharaoh said to Prophet Musa, oh okay, if this stops then I'll hand them over. But every time when it did stop, he never handed them over.
Yeah, that's what happened. And now he wanted to like kill Prophet Musa, didn't he? He wanted to like kill him. So now he's got all of his army ready to go kill him. And
because he found out that the Prophet Musa took the Israelites.
Yeah, and that's what happened. He's took most of them and he helped them. He's helped them, hasn't he? He's helped them, and now he wants to kill Prophet Musa, and he's gathered his army, and now he's going to try to do it. Okay, Mohsin has got the next thing, so could we start Mohsin off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
When the Israelites arrived at the Red Sea and saw Pharaoh's army coming behind them, they got very angry at Prophet Musa alayhi salam for making them leave with him, because they thought that he would surely be killed now. Prophet Musa alayhi salam told them to be patient as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would look after them. Prophet Musa alayhi salam touched the water of the Red Sea with his staff, and by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a path formed in the sea for Prophet Musa alayhi salam and his people. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Okay, thank you, Mohsin. Okay, so now Prophet Musa knows that he's trying to get him, and to get away, they're all on their horses. They're all gathered together. They're all running, trying to get away from Pharaoh. And what was the sea called?
Red Sea.
The Red Sea. Okay, the sea was called the Red Sea, and it's a massive sea, isn't it? It's like it's not a river or anything. It's called a sea for a reason, because it's vast. Okay, so how they're gonna get past? They can't swim past, because it's gonna take too long, and they could kill them. And we'll see. Hussein knows. And he can't like swim there, because they can get him, and some people might drown as well, because at that time you don't think everyone would know how to swim. They like stay in their own area.
And the sea would be too big.
Yeah, and the sea would be too big as well. So what did he do?
So he chucks down his staff, and then it's like just a column appears. All the water is separated, and the water's not coming in. It's just like a walkway, basically.
Yeah, and his staff is a miracle, isn't it? So by the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he put his staff down, yeah, the river actually split in two. Yeah, split into two. Isn't that's a really miracle? That's a real miracle, isn't it? No one has ever done that. So he's put his staff there, is split the river in two, and now it's like there's a way for them to go. There's a way for them to go now, isn't there? Because there's no water there. They can quickly go. So now they're doing it, and we'll find out more mitzvahs of the next thing. So could we start mitzvah off with a loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Pharaoh reached the Red Sea and saw the path too, so he ordered his army to follow. However, when Pharaoh and his army reached halfway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded it to close on them. At this time, Pharaoh pleaded with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him, but it was too late. Pharaoh had been given many chances in the past to turn to the right path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Pharaoh that he was going to preserve his body to show people the examples of disobedience. The body of Pharaoh was discovered in 1881 and is kept in an Egyptian museum in Cairo. This should be a lasting lesson for all of us. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Okay, thank you, Misbah. Okay, so we'll talk more about this because that was very interesting what she just said. We'll talk more about this after we've run out of time for this half. We'll talk more about this in the next half of the show. But until then, good Hafiz.